If your personal statement stresses you out, don't worry. That is why I am here. Use this formula, which is accepted by almost all the universities in the UK. Stay tuned and let's drop in. If this is the first time hopping onto my page, my name is Kyewa and I hope you enjoy it. Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding. Here are 7 steps that you should consider having in your personal statement. And you're going to realize that it is extremely simple than you could ever imagine. Right. The first thing you're going to start with is an introduction. It doesn't have to be dramatic. You just have to go straight to the point. I'm going to start by putting out your name, the course you did before the one you are aspiring to do, and what you're currently doing. So you can start by telling them maybe your name. Let's say you did BSc in marketing, yeah, and then you're currently working or you're doing your internship or you're doing your national service. You just have to let them know exactly what you are doing. If you have completed school already and then you have been in the full-time career path, you can also let them know. It's just a way of introducing yourself to let them know the person that they are actually looking to admit in the university. Nothing dramatic, just as simple as it should be. Before I continue, I want you to know that this video has been divided into 7 points, all right? So the first point is going to be the introduction, and then we're going to move on to the next point until we get to the end of the personal statement. That is going to be your conclusion. So, yep. Now, the second thing that you need to talk about is the course, all right? Why that course? Why are you choosing that course? Make it clear. You need to let them understand why you are choosing that course. Maybe it's as part of what you want to do in your career. Maybe it is going to help you enhance your career path. Maybe you took some voluntary works on it and you feel like you have a passion to enter into that field and therefore you are looking forward to do that course. So sometimes I always say this: if somebody does fashion and the person straight away moves from fashion to engineering, like there's a wide gap, all right? So you need to make them understand why you have a background in fashion and you are looking forward to study in the university in that with that particular course, because like make it make sense to them. Okay, it is not that it is bad. No, people have changes, people have them taste, people do change a lot of times, which is quite understandable and it is acceptable. But you need to make them understand. So sometimes it's going to be like where you did your internship, you saw some things that interested you, you feel like you have a passion that you did not even know you had until you were in that field and you would want to enhance on it. As simple as that. You have to just be honest and let them know exactly why you are choosing that course. Probably it is reflecting your career path, it is part of your growth journey, it is part of your personal development. That is why you are going in for that particular course. Now we are talking about the introduction, why the course is very important, why you chose that course, and then you need to ask yourself why. You need to ask yourself why now. Okay, probably you completed school in 2014, you have waited for 11 years and over until applying to the university. Why now? What changed? What plans do you have? What were you doing in the gap in the after school? What were you doing? You know, it could be that you went back to work, you did a lot of voluntary works, you did your own personal jobs, or you want to add up to knowledge, which is quite understanding. So you need to explain to them the moment that made you ready, all right? Because after 2014, what were you waiting for? Maybe because you had a new direction, because you had a new career that you wanted to enhance on. Maybe after school you decided to go and work full time and then you realize that you want to upgrade your skills, you want to enter into a new direction, you want to improve in your career or your personal development. Any of them is quite acceptable. So you need to explain to them, make it make sense to them, because then now and the why is very, very important. The why and the now is very, very important. Why not 5 years ago? Why not 10 years after? Do you get it? So you need to really understand is the exact time and the reason why this is so. Let's move on to the fourth point. Quick. We do have a lot of countries in this world, but you decided to come to the UK. You need to understand why you want to come to the UK. You need to explain why you want to come to the UK. You need to even explain why you want to come to that particular school. Is it based on popular request? Is it based on what you saw? You need to do your own research, like I said, and you need to explain why UK, why the university. And this is where most of the people make mistakes, okay? Everybody will be writing because UK has the best education. Or we all know UK has the best education, but to you, what is it that you're looking for? Probably the kind of models that they are teaching in that particular university makes them different from others. Maybe the kind of course they are teaching in the UK makes it different from other countries. You need to know your why. You need to be able to link it to your career, to the courses, to your purpose. And I always say it needs to resonate with you, because you don't have to do it because everybody is doing it. You don't have to do it based on popular request. Not because you've gone to Google and you have seen that it's the best education. No, you need to have a purpose, all right? Please, I don't want you to lose your goal or your focus in life just because you want to study abroad, because everybody is doing it. No, it is very, very good, but you need to align it with your personal goals and belief. Yeah, so in short, it needs to be specific, it needs to be straightforward, it needs to match you. The fifth point we are going to talk about is your achievements. Okay, you need to be able to elaborate on the things that you have done. Most of us are young. Let's say most of us have just completed secondary school, or maybe degree, bachelor's degree, and we think we do not have a lot of achievement. My dear, you have achieved a lot. You go to school, you're having projects going on, and some of the things that you do is help your colleagues come together as teamwork. You help them do the courses, you have some leadership traits, but you do not even know. Did you get my point? You collaborate. When you're taking money from each and everyone, everybody is willing to give you the money for the exact project that you need to do. You have that financial capability, like, let me put this in this way. You have that ability to manage finances, so people trust you with money. Do you get my point? So all of these things, look within yourself, the things that you did that people trusted you to do very well. Those are your achievements. It shouldn't have to be like you it doesn't have to be something so big. Okay, the moment that people trusted you to do something, and then you yourself, you believe that you did this easily, it's an achievement. Okay, don't look at it and don't turn down on it. Don't look at it as if it is nothing. It is really something that someone cannot do. Okay, especially somebody sitting right at the back of the camera, talking to the camera without nobody being here. It's an achievement. So if you can do that, that means you are capable of doing a lot of things. So look within yourself, the things that you are potentially capable of doing, the things that you have done that had made an impact in a lot of people's life. So it can be related to relevant works. Like I said, even if you had a team, you did like a project together, if you did some internships, if you also did enhance and upgrade on your personal skills, it is quite an achievement. So let's say in the space of the 10 years, you were able to enhance on your team working skills, your leadership skills, your ability to work without supervision. These are all the things that you are supposed to be writing, okay? Because that shows who you are, that shows what you are looking forward to achieve, and that shows what you want to become. It brings in the correlation by bridging all the gaps. But in all, okay, you need to make sure that what you are talking about is in line with the course you are applying for. So let's say you want to apply for marketing. Okay, there is this thing that you used to do in your university when it was time for you to go out and talk about your course, or let's say, let me think. So a very critical example is you doing presentations in school, where you were able to really let people buy the idea that you're talking about. So if you're looking forward to apply for a marketing course, you can even relate it in a very professional way that will make it look reasonable. All right, let it resonate. And even in most cases, if you had ever gone for field works, even though you had a different background, but since you are looking forward to apply for a master's degree in marketing, you can explain to them that that's what you did during your field time, during your internship, during your work in this organization, and this is where you harnessed your marketing skills from, and this is why you want to upgrade it into like a professional field of your career path. You know what I'm trying to talk about? Yeah, so you have to just relate them like back to back. Like I always say, your school is just a pathway. It is not that you're going to go to the school forever. You are definitely at a point in time going to complete. You need to know your career goals. You need to be able to align them with the course. You need to align the course you're going to do with your career. You don't want to deviate from your purpose. The purpose, your life is driven by purpose, and you don't want to deviate from it. So make it future focused. Okay, we all have our personal goals, we have our short-term goals, we have our long-term goals, and you need to be able to apply why the course is important for you to achieve each and every goal you have. It's not really about you putting out into details every single goal that does not relate to the course, but then you have to put out every goal that makes the course you're coming to do make sense. So all this I basically want to mean is that your personal statement, once they look at it, it is going to be like your bridge to your future. All right, you are currently in this state, they are seeing it in your personal statement, and this is where you want to get to. So once they read your personal statement, they will be able to understand you, and it is as simple as that. The future is the goal, so don't end up missing it. The future is the goal. So whatever you're doing now, whatever you're doing today, whatever you're writing in your personal statement, it should be applicable to what you want to do in the future. Okay, so please bear in mind, if you think the course you're going to choose is not going to help you in any way, it's not aligned to anything you are doing, I beg, don't even choose it at all, because you are wasting your own time. Time is precious, time is money, and you know what money is. Money is value. Simple. So time is value, and you don't want to lose your value. All right. And one thing that you need to know is that once you are done with that, you need to be able to apply it to your country. Okay, so if you are in Ghana, you need to help them understand how this is going to help you build your country as a person, how you're going to impact your country, your community, and your environs. It is very, very important. And once you are done with everything, you conclude. In the conclusion, just be humble and be confident, okay? Let them know that you are very happy and you're anticipating to join them. You are anticipating to proceed or have a progress in your future career path by doing this course. All right, so you are looking forward to it and you can't wait. Just end with confidence and end with positivity. It is very, very, very important. All right, and one bonus tip is that you should avoid writing your personal statement like a story. You should be able to write it in a professional way, a very concise and confident structure, and also make it simple and straightforward. All right, and that is how you're going to win the hearts of the reader. Yeah, and at any point you feel like you are not understanding anything at all, just feel free and then leave a comment in the comment section, and I will definitely respond to it. If you also have any issues at all, you can either reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching up to this time, and I really do appreciate it. My name is Joshua, and I'll see you in my next video. Apart from us doing a lot of series regarding the 2026 intake series, I do some other vlogs, I do other things for my personal life, and I know other people like it as well. So please make sure and please feel free to go into it and like them, watch them, and enjoy. Bye.